Gold makes a record new high. Bitcoin makes another new high. Solana on the move as well. And it looks like the pound is powering against the dollar. What's going to happen next week? We don't know, but let's have a look at what happened this week and what we possibly could see in the coming week and whether or not it's good or a bad time to buy Bitcoin right now. With that said, my name's David Thorne and let's get started. So as we can see here, we see on the weekly chart is a massive jump once again, but nowhere near the strength of what it had last week. Look at this big solid candle here. I mean, that is the bulls saying, hey, I'm taking power here. You ain't doing nothing. And after these two smaller candles, it just said, I'm in town now to make this new high. But this weekly candle, I mean, we're on Saturday at 8:20 in the morning, 9th of March. You know, this week has been a little bit of a roller coaster with the bull and the bear market all fighting with each other. But what can we learn from this? Oh, are you new to Bitcoin? Are you new to trading? And what is it you need to know about when to get into Bitcoin and when to get out of Bitcoin? And stuff like this big candle wick to the below. Don't be fooled by this green candle, right? You want to be looking closely at this wick of this one candle because that says there was a massive fight this week for the Bitcoin price, huge fight. And if we go down to the daily candle, you'll see here on Tuesday the price went to an all new high and it just dumped down. Whatever the reasons are, I don't really care, but you can see that it dumped down. There was massive movement, and this is showing that there were people selling in a big manner. This is not small. This is not people selling $100, $1,000. This is people selling $100 million of Bitcoin all at one go to sell off, to take massive profits. Now, what have we said in other videos? Yes, that's smart money. That's the smart money down here coming out of their positions, not in its entirety, because they know they can drive prices up even higher because there is dumb money coming in. And if you are buying up here, who is the person that is selling? Because if someone is selling, someone's got to be buying. If someone's buying, someone's got to be selling. So the question is, are you the one buying the smart money's money? All right, the smart money's money. Don't be the dumb money. What you need to be is the person sniping down here, literally waiting for the smart money to buy back all of that money, buy back all of that Bitcoin once again that they just sold off. And if we see another drop, then you want to be even smarter and sniping more prices down here because it will spike down here. I'm not saying it won't go back up to higher prices. It will, right? But it has got to correct. It has got to have a correction at one point. This is a law that's driven into economics, is driven into how the people work. We have euphoria right up here. Euphoria doesn't last for long. This like 45-degree price movement, this is regular price movement. This shows growth. When you hear the government say that there was a 0.5 growth, there was a 1% growth, a 2% growth in the market, if that continues on year by year by year by year, it's a linear growth. And that's what you want to see. You want to see a nice linear growth. Every now and again it spikes up and down, but generally speaking, you want to see this nice linear growth, right? But when you start seeing this like curvature, these parabolic moves, we all know what goes up must come down. And you can see here, it went up, it came down, it went up, it came down, it went up, it came down, but it is making a linear move. Now, this is not technical analysis. This is just pure economics, that it's got to follow a growth price over long term. So the question is, we're on a weekly basis here right now. Where is it going to meet this one line? Where is it going to come back down again? And when is it going to come back down again? Is it going to go up and is it going to crash back down again to say 29,000? Is it going to then go sideways and then crash down to say 35,000? Is it going to take even more time and then crash down to 40,000? Or is it going to go sideways for a huge amount of time and come to say 47, 48,000? This is euros I'm talking about. But either way, to meet this line, the question is it in April 27 that it's going to meet the line of 58,000? But without that growth, you know, when you start looking at where this line went long term, remember, if you're investing into Bitcoin, you should be investing long term. So these These small timelines, like 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, should have been no relevance to you. If you want to do those timelines, start doing the pound or trading those other things, because that is going to have a range. It's going to go up and down all the time. But if you are investing into Bitcoin long term, you need to be looking where the long term market is going. And yes, if you just dollar average interest, dollar cost average in now, you will definitely have money in the future. But if you've got the patience, then wait until you can invest it in at the right time, and then you can sleep at a night time. If you invest all of your savings in right now, can you sleep at a night time when it goes up even further? Yes, of course you can, because you'll be going, I'm making money. I'm going to be retiring at 24 years old, right? But if it goes up, well, now I'm going to be retiring at 22 years old. Now I'm going to retire at 21 years old. And then suddenly you've put all your money in and it just crashes down to here. And you're like, oh, wait a minute. I've now got to wait 3 years and to get my money back. And you've lost all hope. You've lost all hope. And did you sell it off and lose all of your money? More than likely. So the question is are you going to be clever? Be the smart money. Buy in when the price is low. Don't buy in when the price is high. Now, Bitcoin washout. The thing is, what I'm saying is when is this price going to lose momentum? You have to remember is that if institutional banks or investment banks, these large companies, these large investors that have got hundreds of millions or even billions of pounds or euros or dollars, if they are pumping their money into this market, right? When they get out, who is on the other side of that transaction? If all of the investment banks have all got the same procedures, same ethics, and all the same timing, who is going to take this? Who is going to take this money? At the moment, they're just playing pass the parcel, right? But at one point, all of those bankers have got to leave this one transaction and place their money elsewhere. Who is going to take that money? Who is going to take that loss? It means that there needs to be liquidity up here. And this liquidity comes from the dumb money. And this is the retail trader. The retail traders have got to come in and start buying this. Now, there might have been a small amount of retail traders buying it in here. But in order for the banks to get out, they are the smart money. But is there a even more smarter money than smart money? Is there another even more clever person in the room? Yes, there is. And they are showing themselves right now, right? In gold. These are not investment banks anymore showing smart money, right? If smart money with regards to Bitcoin is investment banks, who is the smart money in gold and who is the retail traders in gold? Well, in gold, the retail traders are the investment banks, and the smart money are Federal Reserves, Bank of England, European Central Bank, Bank of China, Bank of Japan. All of these, they are putting their money into gold because, look, they've got a 1% return right now on their money. If we go to quarterly, if they'd have put their money in here in October 22, what return have they got on their money? Nice, stable 36% return on their money over only like a year and a half. It's not even a year and a half. That's a massive return on their funds. And they know, wait a minute, we've had 11% inflation. Do you see this? Do you see this? They've got 30% on their money because they'd have bought their gold here and they'd then sell it up here. So, but if someone's buying gold here, someone's got to be selling. So you have to think, where is the smart money, right? And are you going to be the dumb money coming in, taking the trade, being on the other side of this one trade? So you've got to think like smart money. There will be a washout in Bitcoin. There will be a washout in gold. There will be a washout in the pound. There will be a washout in any other stock that you turn around and say, look at Tesla right now. It was massive and now there's a washout. That Tesla will go back up again. MicroStrategy, it's in the clouds right now. It had a washout as well and it will go back up again. Apple, Amazon, Facebook or Meta, whatever you call it, high prices and they always have a washout. S&P 500 is the only thing that doesn't have a washout, right? Unless you get some form of things that happen in the world that shut everything down. But this is not a washout. This is just a correction, right? This is just a correction. You see here, it never really does anything more than like a 50% correction. Did you just hear what I said? I said it never does really more than a 50% correction. So if the S&P 500 can do a 50% correction, gold can do a 50% correction. Let's have a look at gold. Can we see a 50% correction here? I mean, it's on a weekly basis. Right, let's just come up here, and this yellow line is the 50% correction. So if gold can do the 50% correction, and the S&P 500 can do a 50% correction, let's have a look here. So we'll come down here. Long term, the yellow line, it did a 50% correction. So you can see here, if Bitcoin wants to be in the big boys club, it's got to learn to do 50% corrections. If you are going to get into Bitcoin as well, you've got to learn to do 50% corrections too, because all of the other stocks, all of the other currencies, all of the other indexes are all doing 50% corrections. It's just a question of time. When is it going to happen? If you are euphoric, if you are delusional, thinking that it's never going to have a 50% correction, don't invest your money. But what can you do? You can profit from this washout. You can profit from this 50% correction. It's called waiting, all right? Clever money, smart money waits. Listen to Charlie Munger talk about waiting. The clever money waits, right? Warren Buffett will tell you wait. He's made lots of money because he's waited. The clever money, they wait. They buy in. They buy in and they keep their money in a position for a long term. If you want to put your money into to crap coins and so on, right, that just go up and down all the time, have got no strength over the long term, feel free to do that. But my money is in not all my money is in Bitcoin. We've got lots of money in other stuff, all right? But we've got a proportion of our money in Bitcoin, and we put it in and we take it out. Am I looking to sell Bitcoin right now? Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be selling Bitcoin when it goes to 67,000, right? And when it goes to 72,000, right? And at the moment, when it goes to 73,000, am I sure it will go there? 100%. Am I sure that I can buy it back at a cheaper price? 100%, because I understand how Bitcoin works, right? This is the thing: is once you get into Bitcoin, you've got to understand it will make the correction, and how can you profit from the correction? Gold is just showing its superpower right now. This is what I'm saying. Gold has been like that for 5,000 years, 4,000 years, however long you want to say that we've been using gold as a transaction, as a form of currency, a form of money. But gold is showing its superpower right now. It's saying, hey, if you can do it, I can do it better. All right. And it is. It's continuously going up, even when Bitcoin's staying still. And silver is also showing its superpower, because if you can't afford gold and you can afford silver, they're always going to get into silver. Now, I'm not going to look at platinum, titanium and so on, but the likelihood is they're probably doing quite well too. These precious metals, right? Bitcoin is a digital metal. It's a digital asset, which is still, you can see people want to put into. But what you got to understand is when are they going to get their money out? When is the smart money? The central banks going to come out of gold and put their money into other stuff? When are the investment banks going to take their money out of Bitcoin and put it into Apple, put it into Facebook, put it into all these AI companies? When are they going to move their money from risk on to risk off? This is the question. Right now, they're all putting their money onto risk on because it's the best place to put their money. The question is, when are they going to take it out, right? And don't be left holding the parcel when the music stops, because guess what? You're the one that has the debt, right? That those people, the people in the first round, they leave in the first round because they've made their money, because they got in when no one else was wanting to get in. That's why they can get out early. So what you've got to do is sit back, keep on saving your money, and when everyone is capitulating, everyone is so fearful, they've got no belief in the system whatsoever, that's when you need to be buying in. And that's when you need to be buying in, all right? So a washout is coming in gold, a washout is coming in Bitcoin, a washout is coming in everything, but it's just when is the question. Be ready for the when. right? Be ready for it. Make sure you've got your money saved when the washout happens, okay? Because this is euphoria right now, and euphoria is not a time to start buying Bitcoin or gold, because that's where yeah, I'm not going to get into it. It's not the time to be buying right now. Don't be delusional in buying Bitcoin right now. Wait for it to drop again. It will drop. And if you're looking at this in the future, you're going, this dude was correct. And I will be correct. I don't say stuff, right, if I'm not going to be correct. I don't make videos if I'm not going to be correct. I promise you, I am the king of I told you so, and I hate it. But I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be correct. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's definitely not going to take a long time. All right. It could be days, it could be weeks, and it could be a couple of months, but I've got the patience to sit it out. All right. And I hope you've got the patience too. With that said, I hope that you've enjoyed listening to me. It seems like a lot of you enjoy listening to me as well, which I'm super grateful for. And I'm going to continue to make these videos because I want to make sure to show you that I am going to sit back and wait. And you can join my team, join my membership, join my whatever, to sit there and say, hey, we were patient. We saw it coming. Whilst everyone else was delusional, was getting into it. Join my club of not being a loser and being someone who waits and buys at the right time. So thank you very much for watching, and please write down in the comment section below when you think the price is going to come down. What price do you think it's going to come down to, and how confident are you of it, and for what reasons? You know what I mean? Let's have a conversation about this. Anyway, with that said, let's have a quick look at the 15-minute market, and we can see this big space here, and this is what gives me all that confidence, right? All that confidence here. There's a channel called Traders Reality, and when the last time it was really high, and it spiked down a little bit. The only thing that he talked about was this one candle, right? There was a candle there, 2 years ago. That's all he talked about, and everyone was laughing and joking about how stupid that would sound. But he never stopped talking about, we've got to come and collect this liquidity down here. We've got to come and collect it. He said it over and over again. And everyone went, no, it's going to the moon, mate. It's going to the moon, mate. And it didn't. It came to here. And then it crashed down even further. So I'm going to leave you on this note. If you were one of the people that watched all the way to the end, you've got this vital information. Bitcoin is coming to this line. When? I don't know, but it's more than likely in this time frame, right? It might spike to this line and back up again, but Bitcoin is coming to this line. Thank you very much for watching. My name's David Thorne. If you watched all the way through to the end, you've got my respect. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao, and goodbye.